um, one thing what we can do is so this is one way to identify whether whether the table is there or not, or else you can run this query before you are writing create registration table, and then if this one
We are
returns.
unable to see the screen, sir.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, one way to identify whether the table is already there or not. So basically, you don't need to create the table every time you insert the data. Everybody agrees. So we create the table only one time. So those kind of things you can keep it separate. There is concept called DDL and DML, data definition language, data manipulation language. So DDL, data definition language, is the create. Okay, data manipulation is select, update, and this kind of operations. So DDLs you do only one time kind of thing. Like, once you create the table, you start inserting the data. You don't, every time you want to insert, you don't need to delete and create the table. Okay, but you still want to do it. You need to check whether the table it exists or not by running show table like yours table, and then let me show you here. Let's do, if we can do it. Statement to equal to null. DB connection dot connection dot create statement. Inside, what we can do is copy this guy and keep it there. Let me see whether this guy works in Postgres or not. So table is there. So what I'm going to do, so we need to see new command. Let's try this. Okay, so it is returning true, right? So what I will do, I'll take this guy as is, not going to do any experiments with this. So this one let me know that whether the results is there or not. Okay, very good. It creates statement, so it doesn't take. So then what we need to do is stmt1 it does in this way. stmt1 equal to, and then stmt1 dot this will give us what, not this one. So let me try. Okay. Boolean result equal to, okay, Boolean is stable exist, stable exist. Okay. If this is true, if table exists true, then you don't need to do these two, right? If this one returns true, which means table is already there with this query, then you don't need to create the table. If the table is not there, if it returns false, then you need to create the query. Let's see whether that works for us or not. Where is the main method? Okay, their relation register already exists, so which means whatever the logic that we try to execute doesn't work. So let me see what exactly happened here. So this is the way we need to debug. Like this is the dot button we have here. If you double click there, you will get a dot, and then right click on the program, debug as Java program, rather than run as Java program, debug as Java program. What will happen is when the program is running, it will convert into debug mode, and then it will stop that. While executing, it will stop there. Okay, so now this one got exit, this one got start. This is where the cursor execution stopped. So now we can see what results it is coming by going through next step. So this one returned what? So okay, so what logic, this one returned true, the table is there, so that's the reason it returned true. Let's say assume that, but what is the problem? If you look at the code, what we are saying, if this becomes true, create the table. That is not we supposed to. If this is true, don't create the table, right? So I'm going to negate the operation. Okay, for now I'm going to negate the operation. I'll run it, let it continue. let it continue, let it continue. Okay, it got error, so I'll go back to normal mode. I'm going to run this program again. Okay, so what we can do, keep it outside, because if it doesn't go inside, it doesn't execute. So okay, let's see whether the records, more than one record got created or not. Same record will be, yeah, same record getting three records are there, right? Let me run again and see four records, if it will take fourth record. See, you got four records. Okay, so what now we can do is, let me delete this guy. So when I'm deleting this guy, so no records available, right? So no, not delete. What we need to do? Drop. We need to drop the table. How do we try and drop the table? Drop, delete or drop, yes. And then let's see now, ask for select records. Yeah, table is not there. Let me see if this time what will results will get. We should get one record in, the table should be created. Now table is not there. So when we run this statement becomes false, and false become true, and then this statement executes, which will create the table. That's what my expectation is. Let's see. Okay, I got an error. I understood what is the problem. This one always returns true because this query is executing fine. This query is executing fine. It returns false, but whenever statement dot execute, it returns true or false. False it will return when query fails. When query fail to execute. This one is not failed to execute. You got my point. So query is getting executed. So we need to see the result set. What is the results we are getting, right? So what we need to go for? Statement dot exe execute statement dot execute update execute query. Okay, by doing this what I will get is the result set as a true or false. So now what we get is result set is table exit say rs. Okay, now I need to write here while rs dot next, if there is any records, then boolean is table exist. I'll keep this guy outside. I'm all just moving here and there because of the scopes. I'm not going to explain those. Okay, by default false. This boolean I don't need to initialize here. I need to define here, declare here. Is table exist equal to rs dot get boolean of index is what? Index starts with where? 1. That is what I kind of remember. Is it not true? Or else we can ask, let's see, index starts with 0. Okay, let me run this guy. Okay, this time it worked fine, so I think one record will be created. See what happened? I hope you guys are catching up with me. Your guys are with me. Basically what I'm doing is, one of the student asked me, I don't want to get error second time when I run the second time. So what you can do is, still you can call create table, but you can verify it before creating the table. Once you create it, then no need to create again. If you try to create again, it will fail. So you need to have a smart logic that we built just now. This is the smart logic that we built just now. Whether the particular table is already there or not. If the table is already there, don't execute, don't create it. If the table is not there, create it. Make sense? So I'll show it to you again. Now if I run the program, table is already there. It doesn't execute this one, simply inserts. So one more record will be there. See? Make sense? Okay. So two parts we finished, right? One is creation, we understood now. And another one is saving, which means insert. So another one is we want to update, right? So public, let's put void update email. Okay, so one of the row you need to update. So you need to pass what? Email, string email. Create insert is a select we will do, and update. So I'm going to do update now. So I got the record. First thing what we need to do, first and foremost thing, create a prepare statement, right? Prepare statement ps equal to null. Okay, try block catch exception. Just keep it global so I can, and then I can repeat the same logic that I have here related to catch finally block, so that can save my time. Here also I can get the connection directly. Get connection. So then connection dot prepare statement. Connection dot prepare statement. SQL query we need to pass. We don't have SQL query for update. We'll write it one. Something called update email. Okay. You need to write this way. Where do we need to write? Keep it here. Public static final string email sorry update table. Let me see, rather than wasting time, right? Update query. update table set. Let's write the query here. We can reuse it. Here you can't find. Let's update. Update register set. I want to update our email equal to abcd1234@gmail.com, where username equal to abcd. Let me see the result. Seriously. Okay, so if I run the select query now, you can see abcd1234, right? So let's use this guy. And two things we need to pass dynamically, right? What are those? Email and username. Give me 1 second. So this is what our query is. So I'll use update email. So two query parameters. You need to pass string email and string username or login ID. Let's say login ID. Okay. And then when you write prepare statement, you need to pass prepare statement dot set. Both are strings, right? String first index is email. Whatever the email that we pass, new email address. ps dot set string second index, comma whatever the login ID, user ID, login that we pass. Makes sense? Okay. Okay. And then once you set, what you need to do, ps dot exe execute update. Okay, if you want to capture the results, you can capture the results. All we need to do is now call this guy in your program. After creating this, call this guy update email by passing the new values, where abcd, that is the username, right? Yeah. Here xyz123@gmail.com. String. What is the problem with this guy? Okay. So I need to static. I cannot reference what I need to do. Demo dot. So when I run this query now, when this run this program, what will happen? As table is three things happening. creates registration, save registration, update email. So first create registration, as the table is already exist, so it doesn't execute, it doesn't do anything. And then one more new record will be inserted, because save registration you are passing same info, and then you are passing update email. So after saving another record, all the emails with username as ABCD should get updated XYZ123. So what's the result would be, you have two records. When you run the program, three records will be there. All the three records xyz123@gmail.com will be there. Okay, let's see. That is good. But it shouldn't fail. It should have been right. Oh, it is trying, but let me debug here. Cancel that. Go back. Okay. What we did is, can anyone point it out? What is the mistake we did? PS, we haven't take that into connection. So that is the reason this PS object is null. So you are doing operation on the null. That is the reason it's showing null pointer exception. Okay, now you may have 6 records or something, because insertions happen, right? Yeah, all are updated and all are with XYZ123 XYZ. You got my point? That is good. So we learned 3 operations as of now. CAD, create we learned, update we learned, delete we learned. We tried select as well, but I will do one smart thing here just to for more readable purpose. Okay, what I will do is, okay, I will create another class here. Generally database operations class, we'll call it as a repository class. So I'll say repository CRUD repository CRUD registration repository. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, I'm not doing any logic, I'm just organizing, making code more readable kind of thing. So I'm just moving all the logic to this class, all the operations here. Perfect. And here you can see registers, because now JDBC demo is just a public main class, right? So what we need to do is, we need to call CRUD this class, CRUD demo. First you need to create that guy, and I'll just call it as register. So variables, you can give anything, right? Okay, because it is private now, you need to make it what? Public. Okay, now all the issues gone. So I will call this cal as mm, rename. I'm going to rename this class name. Uh, register demo. Okay, finish. It will refactor everything. Okay, so you got three classes, right? I'll take out the user class also outside. Okay, I'm not doing anything, just for readable purpose. That's it. New class, user info, and copy pasting all the logic. Okay, okay. So this guy is crying because so maybe we defined somewhere else in the where do we define, right? I defined outside. Give me a second. I'll just fix it. Why the hell? I didn't save it. Whatever it is. Okay, so now we have three different classes, right? This register demo, what is doing when you run this program, it is taking the inputs like this and executing it. So rather than that, you can do it from console as well, right? You can do it from console as well. I'm just going to show you how do you know, everybody knows this, right? Scanner, scan equal to new scanner. This is system dot in. This one you need to download. Okay, so now you need to fill this user info object every time they enters, right? New object that they enters, you need to fill this guy and then run the logic, right? So let's say for the time being, we'll take it only one user per each run. Okay, we'll take one user each run. You can enhance as an assignment, taking multiple users in a single shot from the user and insert them. I'll show it to you. I'll give you the guidance. You take it as an assignment. Okay. Lot of SOPs. Okay. Enter. Full name. We need to repeat 4 times, right? Okay. Email. Another one is login ID. Another one is password. Okay. Here each time what you need to do, you need to collect the info. Scan dot next. It will give you what? String, full name, capture it. Okay, let's repeat this line. Email, login ID, password. Okay, you took all the values, so all you need to do is, rather than passing the static values, you can pass the dynamic values that user provided. Right, so now let me run this program. What it will do, it will ask the inputs, right, and we will insert whatever we want each time. Okay, enter full name, so Siva, email address bell@gmail.com, login ID Siva, password ABCD 12345. Okay, so it is saved. So now if you go to database, you will see my name with the details, right? Shiva. Well, let me insert one more. Okay, for the sake of if I want to insert one more, I need to run the program. But what I'm asking you guys as a part of assignment, enhance this program such that you can take inputs from the user. Let's say provide number of users that you want to insert. If the user says 5, you know the logic. Repeat the for loop, take each user input, keep it into user info object, and user info object you need to put it in a list, array list, and pass that array list. Use that array list each time to execute the insertion operations. Right? That's how you can do. That is another way of doing it. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to run this one again. Prasad at gmail.com. Login ID is what? Pras CD1234. Okay, everything went fine. If you go here and run, you can see my details. Nice, perfect. So now database, what we're going to do is, so now we learned create and update and create, update and insert, right? So we're going to do another operation called, I'll call it the class as login demo. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a replica of whatever the info that we have in register demo. Okay, if I copy paste you'll get confused what information I'm doing it. Let me do it. What I'm going to do is, here I'll ask user, tell me user credentials. I'll ask username, password. Then what I will do, I will verify whether that guy is there in the database or not. If he is not there, I will say, hey, you are not there in the database, please register. If he is already there, I will display his email address and his full name, all the details, so that our operations will be fully completed. Okay, that how you kind of, by this time you should be getting that sense that what these CRUD operations, like how the communication is happening, kind of thing. Okay, system.in. Nice. And SYS YouTube provide login credentials. Hey, what is that? Okay, provide login ID and then provide password. Okay, I'll take here string login ID equal to scan dot next. Okay, then string password equal to scan dot next. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to call which guy. There is no select query. I'm going to write that. Okay, here we need to write. Okay, let me write it. Public void get user details, and I'll take what? Same string login ID comma string password. Here what we need to do, I need to have these typical lines of code. I'll just copy paste here just to save some time, and I need to this piece of code. Okay, now what we're going to do here is say select username password from register where username. This is what they entered, but what we are expecting is select star from register where username comma password equal to. Okay, so if this returns any information that user is there, if it is doesn't return any information, that user is not available, kind of thing, right? So this is the select user info. Here prepare statement dot connection dot prepare statement. I have ps equal to, and then here we need to provide the select user info, and then you need to pass whatever select dot set string of login ID is index 1 comma login ID and ps dot set string 2 comma password. So now what we want is result set, right? ps dot exe execute query, so that we can get the results back, right? Okay, I'll just say execute query. Okay, a result set rs equal to ps dot execute query. So if the result set, right? Okay, while rs dot next, sorry, I used that is not at all accept. then rs dot get email get string column name. Okay. Email column name I'm providing rs dot get string of full name. Okay, rs dot get string. So you got string email, or else you can directly use s. Okay, let's write string e equal to string f equal to. So here you can display SISRT email plus e plus full name plus f. So this way, next when I'm going, so this is the operation I'm going to call get user details, right? All you need to do is, once I get the details, CRUD operation, CRUD registration repository repo equal to new CRUD repository repo, then repo dot get user details. And what are the user details? Login ID and password that is going to provide. Okay, by running this, now if I run this program, right, I'll provide my user, the existing user, what will happen, and see. Existing user, what we have, Shiva is there, right? Shiva, and then Shiva is username ABCD1234, right? Yes, I will Shiva ABCD1234. Okay, I got it. I guess this thing maybe we not properly handled. You don't need it? I don't know. And this is the right one. Yeah, press Shiva ABCD1234. Okay, so when by entering Shiva name password, it displayed email is bell info. So this is the valid user. Let me try with the invalid user. Okay, blah 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 blah. Nothing registered, but user doesn't know. So you need to build the smart logic. Keep on building the your operation logic around. Okay, so maybe you can write something like here, like something like this. You can write different ways. I'm just showing it to you. Okay, e assigned to null or e dot is empty. Okay, then say you are not in the system, please register first. Okay, let me run the program again now. blah 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 blah. They didn't pick it. Oh, sorry. Maybe it doesn't enter inside, right? So what we can do is I can write some logic here. If r is dot, I'm just looking any option I have with the methods to check the result set. Is we have all I want to say is like whether is there anything that I can get that gives me in this case we can do simple way, yes, not the gateway but a simple way to just save time. Okay, and then what I can do is else let's see this works for us. Yeah, you are not in the system, please register first. Make sense? So we did all the four operations. Now my request to you guys is build the application, register application, where you can take multiple inputs of the user info, registration info, and insert them as a batch. Okay, look for batch update, how to do the batch update. There is another function called statement.execute batch. Okay, and I'm going to send one more assignment today, and I'm going to commit this code into Bell Info project. So go back and look and practice around. Come back with your questions if you have any. Okay, and next thing is tomorrow, yeah, evening only I'll take, I guess. We'll start discussing about Maven, Tomcat. Please download Tomcat and Maven into system. Maven is greater than 3.x and greater than or equal to 3.x, and Tomcat 7 dot some number, whatever the number that I mentioned in the beginning, right? So go back and look into my site. You can see the versions that I suggested to download. Once you download, look at around what exactly is our Tomcat server is, what is the Maven server. Tomorrow we'll discuss about Maven, we'll discuss about little bit about Tomcat server and different kind of servers, and then we jump into the servlets. I will give a try to close the servlets by Sunday, tomorrow and Sunday. If we succeed, that is like a good achievement for us. Okay, but today I'm going to send definitely an assignment, maybe around 10 or 11. Go back and spend some time, please. Okay, that is my humble request. Thanks.